Hi again, everyone. I'm Ollie Matthews. This is Societal Narcissism. And this video is sponsored by contribution from Chaz. And Chaz just sent in a small contribution. So I figured I'll do another topic on it. And I know you guys wanted me to hear talk about my stories and how it relates. And, you guys get a lot out of that. And I talk about the understanding you get from understanding narcissistic abuse and having a vernacular and a vocabulary to go along with it, to be able to describe and to put into words, so that way you're able to sit and process and understand your abuse. And I talk about getting down the brass tacks to the moment the narcissist broke you and to work your way back to there. Because once you understand that, then when you're having these anxiety attacks and when you're having these moments of doubt or these moments of thinking like, oh, maybe they're right, maybe I'm wrong, maybe I should go back, and then you have to work your way back to like, no, it's not me, it's them, this is the right decision, stay no contact. We've been through that. And you can do that for a great many things. A great many things, emotionally and physically, that are the effects of years and years and years of this way of being just hammered into you, and the effects follow you around for life. But there are things that even working back to brass tacks doesn't cure. So for a while before I took my last break for the last year, I had received a few emails and questions behind the scenes about, like, people were concerned with this that was growing on my face, that it looked like, it was whatever it was getting bigger. It's and I had it removed while I was on break. I had it removed. So, and I never even replied to it because it was something I was kind of self-conscious of anyway. And now the dark spot is I'm trying to get that to fade. Those of you who have been on my channel for a long time and have watched my older videos, and I suggest a lot of you who have found me recently who haven't watched my old, understand there's nearly 3,000 videos on this channel, to go watch them, because there's information in there that will help anybody. Even when I'm on these breaks, there is so much content on this channel that you just went back and started at some point in my channel and started going, you're gonna not even gonna realize that I'm missing. But one of the things that I had talked about in regards to my mother, one of the things my mother used to do to me from, I would say, about the age of 8, 9 years old up until I was big enough to physically fight her off, was she would hold me down and start popping pimples on my face, like looking when there were nothing existed. And she started this at 8, 9 years, just squeezing at my face. Like, what are you doing? Just, there was a point where my father would order me to go lay in my mother's lap so she could sit there for like an hour, for like hours and hours and hours, both sides of just searching for anything to squeeze on my face. Oh my God, I remember what it was when I finally. Was that the final time? I'm sorry, I'm trying to think what it was the final time. But much like the thermometer incident, there was an incident before that. Maybe I was 14 or 15, where my mother tried to pick up the back of my shirt. And like, what are you doing? Like, she was looking at this point to start trying to find shit on my back to pop. And there was nothing on my back to pop. And the only way I could get her off me at that point, like, once, and I felt like, because she was constantly just pecking at my face, and with the, like, I felt like she made my skin bad when I was a kid. Like, once I had finally hit puberty, like, my skin started breaking out, and it was just panic time. And I started going after my own face, so she couldn't, or she wouldn't, and I just would just pick and squeeze and pick and squeeze everything on everything. It got bad, so bad that they did have to. My father was like, "You got to take him to a dermatologist. Like, you got to take him to a dermatologist, Dr. Cunin." And the reason was, and it wasn't even that it was broken out. It's just what I would think get big and red and sore, and I just keep going and going and going. And eventually, if you went at them long enough, they turn into cysts that had to get removed. I've had, let's see, I had one here, two here. I have had on my jawline, one here, one here. That's why, I got the beard. That I had to have eventually cut out. So this woman wouldn't fucking touch me and humiliate me. Because once you're like 11, 12, and she's still making you, and your father's making you lay in her lap, like, get off of me. And I pick into adulthood. Long after my face had like cleared up, I'm still looking and searching and hunting for things on my, like, and it's something, because you still get a zit now and again, or something now and again, an ingrown now and again, and that's how this started. Just started as a little, and I just couldn't let it go. I couldn't, and I don't even realize I'm doing it. Like, just sitting there messing with, you don't even realize you're doing it. So what do you do when you physically, like, you have just no clue you're doing it? And even trying to have somebody correct, it's not going to work. Because the second you're alone, it's just your subconscious is trying to protect yourself. Get that out before she comes at you with a goddamn syringe. And two blunt things, trying to anything to force it. And these don't come, once they don't come out. They have to be cut out, and the whole sack has to come out. And then they got to buy it, and they tell you, I'm going to biopsy it. Like, it's not cancer or skin cancer. I know what it is because I'm friggin' crazy. Because my mother used to fucking pin me down and do this shit to me. The things you can't correct. What do you do about those that damage it? And now I've got like bleaching things, trying to get rid of the dark spot that's there at 50 years old because my mother was pinning me down at 8. So how do you correct something if you don't even know you're doing it at some point? Because once you mess with something, once you mess with it too long, past the point of no, that's it. That's it. And subconsciously, you're just hoping it'll just pop. And the whole, like, no, you got to get another one cut out, stupid. It's why it's the gift that keeps on giving. That's what makes all this so hard. And that's what makes phonies who like to wave it around like some kind of fucking badge of honor even more disgusting. Because I will still scar myself at 50 years old so I don't have to thinking my mother's going to come and hold. That's bad. That's sad. And that's something I think a lot of people can relate to. So I'm going to end it there. Thank you, Chaz, for the contribution. Thank you to everybody watching. Please leave any opinions in the comments section below. And again, if you want your story read on the channel, you have a topic you'd like me to cover, something you'd like me to expose, you'd like to set up a Skype phone call, have a private video made, you'd like to sponsor a video like this for someone who needs help and can't afford it, or just make a contribution to the channel in general to keep it supported, growing, and successful, because this channel survives 100% on contributions from all of you. Without you guys, all this goes away. So if you like what you see here and you want to see more videos like this, you know what to do with the Cash App, Zelle, PayPal, or email link in the description box below. Also, please like and share this video wherever you can. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't, and be sure to click the subscription bell to be notified of all my video uploads. I'm Ollie Matthews. This has been Societal Narcissism.